There are a lot of people who have tried and continue to try to walk in Harriet Tubman's footsteps. Those are very big shoes to fill. Hers was a journey of conviction and courage, commitment and caring. She made those journeys so that others could be safe and free to live decent lives. While the time she traveled on the Underground Railroad was over 150 years ago, and we are in different times now, we want to recognize those who, like Harriet Tubman, were willing to challenge the norms and the culture of an entire society and take action, no matter what the cost. These are the reasons that we want to recognize the journey Marilyn Carlson Nelson took that challenged our entire society and the way we do business. She led a company-wide effort for employees to recognize and report sex trafficking in the tourism and travel industry. As a woman leading international businesses, she has made a remarkable difference in the lives of women, men, and children around the world so they can be safe from this travesty. In the name of Harriet Tubman and of all the people we serve, we would like to thank you and present you with this Safe Journeys Award on behalf of Harriet Tubman and the Tubman Center. Thank you.
Thank you, Beverly. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh. Hello, everyone. I'm inspired. I'm truly inspired every time I hear that story. It's hard to even imagine what she went through. I certainly wish I were there to celebrate with all of you, so many friends, and to say thank you to so many of you for recognizing my efforts and those of my company. This beautiful, beautiful walking stick kind of inspires a lot of emotions in me. First, because I do truly feel that I've been on a journey, along with many of you, as a 21st century abolitionist. It was a decade ago now that my company, Carlson, made what was a very difficult decision at the time to take a public stand on this very dark subject, the sexual exploitation of children in travel and tourism. I say difficult because the idea of children being sexually used or sold or violated was taboo at the time. It's hard enough to talk about it today, but at that time, no one would speak about it, let alone a female CEO. But once we learned at Carlson that millions of children are trafficked for sexual purposes, and we discovered that these transactions, that hotels can unknowingly be used as sites for these transactions and for this crime to take place, we just knew in our hearts we couldn't turn our backs. We committed to training our hotel employees around the globe what to look for and how to report it. We're so proud that our Carlson colleagues became a virtual army of eyes and ears. And over the years, Carlson's quest to ensure safe journeys for children has taken us all over the world ourselves and made us so many allies. We've partnered in Greece, in Egypt, we've partnered with the United Nations, the U.S. State Department, as well as right here, local NGOs, to eradicate this modern-day slavery, not only in the far corners of the world, but much to the surprise of many people around our own cities, here in our own state and our own neighborhoods. Some people always say, well, how do you know what you've done? I don't suppose we'll ever really know how many cases we've prevented, given the fact that this is an underground crime. We do know that last summer, one nationwide FBI sweep rescued 105 sexually trafficked children, and that included some Minnesotans. And the good news is that several traffickers were arrested. This is real progress. It's further proof. It's actually this whole journey for us of starting with a conviction and then slowly but surely seeing more and more people engage and care and commit. It's actually been such a wonderful example to me of something that I was taught by a very sophisticated, elegant, wealthy woman in India, an architect, who taught me an important lesson. I had spent a day in New Delhi surrounded by extreme poverty, and I have to admit I arrived at that dinner feeling insignificant and powerless to help. And then at dinner, sitting next to her, someone who had the wealth and the power to be anywhere in the world she wanted to be, and to find her eyes sparkling, engaged in the issues of her country, so committed to making change. And I asked her, how on earth can you find inspiration? How can you go on when you see that it's just immense challenges? And she just smiled and said, I have an inspiration. I have an inspiration named Gandhi. Do you know that he had only 5 possessions? A few yards of cloth, a broken pair of eyeglasses, a pair of wooden sandals, a pocket watch, and a walking staff. Yet Gandhi transformed the world with his courage and his compassion. One person, Gandhi, Harriet, you, me. I think of Harriet Tubman the same way I think of Gandhi. But I do mean it. You and me. Who else? So I call on you. I thank you for this wonderful recognition. But I call on you. I challenge you. We need each other if we're going to end this modern day slavery. Regardless of the journey that you are on, every single one of you has a platform, some network, family, friends, school, business. You have an ability to raise awareness and to impact this issue. Each of you, in a very real sense, already has your own walking stick that can help you to move you forward in this fight. So let's use the loud and constant drumbeat of our walking sticks to drive out that which would harm our children. Again, I thank you from the bottom of my heart. Together we can make a difference. Thank you, Beverly. This means so very much to me.